I often wonder if working from home is bad for my dogs because they just follow me around all day instead of sleeping. And this is actually something that a lot of people saw at the start of COVID with stay at home. Dogs are what we call crepuscular, so they sleep overnight, and then they're most active in the morning and again in the evening with naps throughout the day. So overnight they sleep like us, and then during the day they sleep in 45 to 90-minute periods, and they kind of get up and then they should be going back to sleep for another little nap. And some dogs have trouble with that. If their person is home, or if their person is engaging with them, there are kids at home, extra noise. I see this a lot in my client population show up with dogs who have some hyper attachment stuff, so they need to be near their human. And if their human is up moving from room to room, they need to be doing that as well. Or for my clients who are very sensitive to sound or movement, their sleep might be disrupted. One thing that I find really helps with this is capturing the behavior of my dog laying down. So when I see them resting, I'll take a treat and put it in front of them. And initially they'll get up and follow you and look for more treats, and that's okay. You don't need to ignore them or anything frustrating like that. You can just, say no more treats, that sort of thing. And then, when you see them laying down again later in the day, you can put another treat down. Usually after several days of this, they stop getting up after you put the treat down, and you should see that they're laying down more and more often. I also like to shape a very generalized mat behavior. And so I go through the shaping process on various mats, beds, blankets, especially working in their favorite resting spots around the house, and reinforce them for hanging out there. I don't even always put this behavior on cue. If my goal is for them to choose to rest on these spots, I want those spots to be available and comfy and have a heavy reinforcement history so that they choose to do that. I work with a lot of dogs who have dysregulated nervous systems, so anxiety disorders, chronic stress, trauma, hyperarousal, and sometimes they need extra support. They need a quiet place to get some sleep. And that can be tricky, especially if it's appearing comorbidly with hyperattachment. It might not be as simple as crating them or putting them in another room. I saw a lot of those suggestions in the comments, and that can be great. It's not a great option for a lot of my client population. But we can use things like calming music, low lights, pheromones, cozy spaces, and ensure that in these spaces, the dog's not being disrupted by other pets, children, family members, visitors, that sort of thing. But absolutely, you are not alone in seeing that if you are working from home, if you are spending more of your time at home with your dogs during the day, you might notice that their behavior is changing if they're not getting as much sleep as they're used to, or you might be alarmed by how much they sleep because you're not used to seeing that, but it's likely what they've been doing all along.